Tonight's Thursday night football matchup between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons brings high stakes, deep storylines, and a division that remains very much up for grabs as Week 15 continues to shape the NFC playoff picture. The Buccaneers enter the night looking to rebound from recent struggles. And with star receiver Mike Evans set to return, the team hopes to rediscover its offensive rhythm at a crucial point in the season. According to reports, Evans has been activated from injured reserve after missing several games with a broken collarbone, giving Baker Mayfield a much-needed boost as Tampa Bay seeks a bounce-back win in front of a national audience. The matchup becomes even more compelling as the Buccaneers, sitting at 7-6, cling to a narrow lead in the NFC South, knowing a loss tonight could dramatically tighten the division race or even shift control. From the Falcons' perspective, this is a night where pride, development, and disruption takes center stage. Atlanta sits at 4-9 and is officially eliminated from playoff contention. But the team's motivation is anything but diminished. Reports indicate that the Falcons are determined to spoil Tampa Bay's playoff push and end the season with strong divisional performances despite their record. The Falcons understand that even if the postseason is out of reach, beating a rival on primetime television can shape narratives, build momentum for next year, and give the fan base something to rally behind. That spoiler role becomes even more enticing against a Bucs team fighting for its postseason survival. The spotlight tonight shines directly on Mike Evans, one of the most productive and consistent wide receivers of the last decade. Evans' return adds a major vertical threat back into the Buccaneers' offensive arsenal. His absence in recent weeks was felt sharply as Tampa Bay struggled to move the ball down the field and create explosive plays. According to the latest injury updates, Evans not only returns, but is expected to resume a significant role immediately. It's an encouraging sign given the timing and the stakes of this matchup. The chemistry between Evans and Baker Mayfield has been a defining component of Tampa Bay's offense all season. Getting that connection reestablished could be the spark the team needs to break out of its recent slump. Evans brings leadership, deep ball ability, and a physical presence that forces defenses to account for him on every snap. Quarterback Baker Mayfield enters this game with both pressure and opportunity. His play over the last month has been inconsistent, largely tied to injuries around him and protection issues. Tampa Bay's offense has struggled to sustain drives, and turnovers have been a recurring issue during their recent losses. Tonight, Mayfield has the chance to reset the narrative, fueled by the return of his top target. A primetime win with playoff implications could be a defining moment for him in Tampa Bay. The team understands that leaning on Evans in key third downs, red zone opportunities, and deep shot situations will be essential as they attempt to keep their division lead intact. On the opposing sideline, the Falcons look to quarterback Kirk Cousins to keep the offense competitive and capitalize on any vulnerabilities in the Buccaneers' defense. Cousins, returning from earlier injuries this season, brings veteran stability and has shown flashes of strong play, even with a struggling supporting cast. Pairing Cousins with the electrifying talents of running back Bijan Robinson gives Atlanta the opportunity to build a balanced attack that can keep Tampa Bay's defense guessing. Robinson remains one of the most dynamic young players in the league, capable of breaking games open with both his rushing and receiving abilities. As reports highlight, the Falcons' mindset is clear: finish strong, disrupt the division hierarchy, and build critical confidence for the franchise's future direction. The competitiveness of the NFC South adds another layer of intensity to tonight's showdown. The Buccaneers, Saints, and even the struggling Panthers, all having taken turns at the top of the division this season, the margin for error is razor thin. Tampa Bay at 7-6 cannot afford to slip, and every divisional game at this stage of the season carries extra weight. The Falcons may be out of the race, but divisional games always bring unpredictability, energy, and rivalry-driven urgency. A loss by Tampa Bay could complicate their postseason dreams drastically, potentially opening the door for New Orleans or another late-surging contender. The Bucs know that despite the Falcons' record, this is no simple matchup. Another storyline shaping tonight's tension is the broadcast spotlight. The game kicks off at 8:15 p.m. ET from Raymond James Stadium, airing nationally on Prime Video as part of Amazon's Thursday night football slate. According to game previews, the national audience heightens the pressure and the opportunity for both teams, offering a stage where narratives can shift and momentum can swing powerfully in either direction. For Tampa Bay, a convincing performance with Evans, back could restore belief among fans and analysts that this team is capable of making postseason noise. For Atlanta, strong showing even in a spoiler role puts on display the resilience and talent that the franchise hopes to build around moving forward. Defensively, both teams enter with specific challenges and opportunities. Tampa Bay's defense, historically aggressive under Todd Bowles, has struggled with consistency this season. Missed tackles, late-game breakdowns, and pressure inconsistencies have cost them in key moments. Tonight, they will need to contain Bijan Robinson and force Kirk Cousins into uncomfortable situations early. On the Atlanta side, the defense has had its own share of ups and downs. At times they have shown toughness, with strong play from key linebackers and secondary contributors, but lack of pass rush pressure has been a major issue. With the return of Mike Evans, the Falcons must decide whether to provide double-team coverage, potentially opening up space for other Tampa Bay playmakers, or play Evans straight up and risk big plays over the top. In terms of coaching narratives, Tampa Bay head coach Todd Bowles faces increasing pressure to secure wins and maintain the team's playoff trajectory. Loss tonight could raise questions about offensive adjustments, decision-making, and late-season preparation. Conversely, the Falcons coaching staff continues to evaluate young players and system fits, using these final games to prepare for an offseason filled with organizational decisions. A strong performance against a playoff-contending Buccaneers team would be a positive mark for the staff and the locker room. As kickoff approaches, the emotional intensity on both sides is undeniable. The Buccaneers aim not only to win, but to reassert their identity as a playoff-caliber team. With Evans back, fans are eager to see a rejuvenated offense that can stretch the field and control the game's tempo. The Falcons, meanwhile, embrace the underdog role, ready to bring physicality, unpredictability, and a division rival attitude into Raymond James Stadium. Even without playoff hopes, Atlanta understands the value of playing spoiler and delivering a statement performance on a national stage. Ultimately, tonight's game represents more than just another Thursday night showdown. It captures the essence of late-season NFL football, the urgency of playoff positioning, it's the hunger of a divisional rivalry, the return of a superstar, and the unpredictable drama that only primetime can deliver. Whether Tampa Bay reclaims momentum with Evans and Mayfield leading the charge, or Atlanta stuns the division with a spirited upset, fans are in for a compelling, emotionally charged, and potentially season-altering matchup.